So I just attached this. This is tied down fairly well, so it's not going anywhere. Got my license plate and all my stuff. Gonna put it into towing, I guess, which doesn't really do much of anything other than controls. So the mirrors adjust and all that stuff. Turn the AC down. Let's do a trip reset. So I go to trips and then change that to just tow. Save, reset that. Let me check all the straps before I start going. Okay, well that one's safe for sure. These don't need to be super tight because they're not going anywhere. Also, those are just motorcycle straps anyway, so you can't really get them super tight. That's good. Let's tighten the one down on here just a bit. Actually, it's already pretty close. All the lights work. I already checked that. Okay, I think we're good. Oops. Put that in my phone mount. All right. Need to go get ethanol-free fuel in that barrel. Let me pull up my camera in the center so I can see what I'm doing. Lights are plugged in. I don't have chain hooks because, you know, it's not the tow hitch is not designed for this car. It's just kind of custom built by my dad and I. Have my rear camera on so I can see. Yeah, I took that block of wood off. Hitch is locked. So well, the mirrors are way too low. I can't see anything. Left, go up, right, go in a little. Okay, that's better. Pull up my camera so I can see and monitor the trailer. I'm curious to see how much it squats the car when I put fuel in it, because it's a 100-gallon tank and gas is a little lighter than water. So it'll probably add about 800 pounds with the little gas jugs combined to the trailer. But it's pretty forward on the trailer because that's the only place I can put it, really, with the gate still being on. So I didn't know what else to do with that, but yeah, I mean, it tows the empty trailer perfectly fine, though. When it's loaded up, I don't know, the heaviest I've towed with this, well, the actual heaviest I've towed was a freaking skid steer, but that was not real. That was 35 miles an hour tops, and it was super sketch. But I was doing it for an experiment. That video's on my channel if you want to watch that. The heaviest I've actually realistically towed with this thing is probably around 2,000 pounds, which was a lawnmower on this exact trailer. The lawnmower probably is like 900. The trailer's probably 1,000 and change. So with fuel and oil, the mower and stuff was probably at 2,000 pounds-ish, maybe 1,800. That's the most I've realistically towed. This will be over that, I would guess. Maybe just by 100 pounds or so. Yeah, so we should be all right here. I'm trying to be gentle on it to save energy. I'm at 54%, and I only have to do maybe a 20-mile round trip, but the efficiency on this thing is so bad when you're towing that you have to be very gentle with it in order to go any sort of meaningful distance. I did a towing range test a while ago, and I think I got 72 miles on a full charge. Now, keep in mind that this is a Model 3, so it's the smallest Tesla, and also my battery's degraded because the car has 221,000 miles on it as of now. But, yeah, on the highway I was pulling an ATV for that test on this same trailer, albeit with the gate up instead of laying flat, and I got, I think, 72 miles on full charge, which is pretty terrible, but it works for what I need it to do, so, yeah. I could have put this in the back of my van, but I just kind of wanted to try this out and see how it works, so. Trust acceleration a little. Let's foot to the floor, 30, 40, 50. I mean, you notice the trailer's there. Oh, my gas jugs are falling. I gotta correct that. But they are hooked on, so I don't know. I'll pull over and adjust that. Like the separated. I might just put the gas jugs in the trunk until I get there and then put them on the trailer. That might be the smartest thing to do. Let me pull over and fix that. Because the straps that are holding the gas jugs are not ratchet straps at all. They're just motorcycle straps. So you just pull them tight, and then that's as tight as they get. They don't, like, ratchet down or anything like that. So let me pull in here and try not to frame out on this curb. Let me fix that. Hazard lights. I'm just gonna put the gas jug. I put the gas jugs in the trunk of the car, so hopefully I had to tighten the barrel because the barrel wasn't secure, but there's only 2 tie down points on it, and the trailer, I honestly think it will be more stable when there's fuel in it, because then it'll be heavier, so it's the friction of the pallet will keep it where it's supposed to be. So I've refastened that down. And I put the fuel jugs in the trunk just so I don't have to worry about them. Those will probably be more secure when they're full. I do need a better strap, but I only have 2 ratchet straps, and there's only 2 hook points on it anyway, so I don't know what I would have done differently, but if I had more straps I could have gone around the back of the tank and actually hold it in better, but I don't, and the ones I have wouldn't have been long enough for that to work anyway, so, you know, we'll make it work. It's not like I'm going super far. I'm only going just to the gas station, maybe 10 miles away, because it's ethanol-free gas is what I need. Okay. Let me see here. Yeah, so let's not like floor it or anything. Just be gentle on it. Getting 620 watt hours per mile. Jesus Christ, that's bad. That's like Hummer EV bad. The tank is just a flat wall too, so that doesn't help with aero. Like when I pulled my lawnmower with it, at least the lawnmower is a little streamlined. Also, it's a narrower profile, so it's not like a wall. I've watched some videos. If you guys know Aging Wheels, he has a great YouTube channel. He made a whole video with his Silverado EV and towing, and he discovered that weight doesn't matter for efficiency. It's all about aero, at least on the highway, and this make a bigger difference when it comes to weight. Yeah, but on the highway, there's basically zero difference as far as weight goes. It's all about aero. So if you have a flat trailer pulling, let's say, 2,000 pounds on it, and then you have a flat trailer with 2,000 pounds on it, and it's got a wall attached to the front, your range will pretty much be half with the wall versus without the wall, even if it's the same weight regardless. So keep that in mind if you're ever towing with an electric vehicle, or anything in general. Aero usually affects things more than weight. It's just EVs are more sensitive, so you notice the change a lot more versus a gas car. So I'm gonna go. Which way do I want to go? Do I want to go? I gotta make a decision. I'm gonna go this way. It's a slower road to go this way. I've already used 8%, or was it 6? I don't remember if I left with 56 or 58. One of those two. I'm at 49 right now, and I've only went 6.5 miles. So, not great. Then again, I noticed the actual battery age in this car means almost, and it's not linear. So there'll be a scenario where I've used nearly almost a third battery, but it'll actually say I've used about half, which doesn't really make sense. But there's buffers below 0 and stuff like that, so it's not gonna be, dead nuts perfect, but there's always going to be a little bit of variance in the reading. You can hear the gate bouncing on the trailer. I mean, the gate is strapped down, so it's not like it's going to fly off or anything, but also, I don't know how old these tires are. They're not dry rotted, to my knowledge, and I'm not going that fast anyway, so it's not like they're gonna be over the max speed rating. I'm doing about 58 right now, and it feels, honestly, like if I didn't look behind me, I wouldn't know that there's a trailer back there, other than maybe some road noise. But the Model 3 tows surprisingly well. I mean, if you think about it, it's a fairly heavy vehicle. It's 4,000 pounds, which is a lot for its size. So there's no reason why it shouldn't tow. And it's also rear-wheel drive bias. So other than the soft suspension for towing purposes, it works perfectly fine. Obviously a Model X or Y would be better, but it's what I have, so it works. And of course the Cybertruck would be much better than both of those. Heck, even with the Cybertruck, you could put the fuel thing in the bed. You wouldn't even have to put it in on the trailer. You could just actually put it in the bed of the truck, And yeah, it's kind of ironic I'm going to get gas in an electric car. I don't know. It's kind of ironic. Let me regen brake. That's the nice thing with EVs towing is like when you slow down, you recoup energy through regen. The tank doesn't look like it's shifting around too much, but it's hard to tell. Again, I think with the fuel in it, it'll have some more weight to it, so it'll help with this tank shifting forward and backward. Yeah. I should have probably strapped it. Well, I didn't have anywhere strapped, so that defeats the point. It's always funny because when in Model 3 there's no towing mode, so it thinks that there's, like on the car display, it thinks that there's just another car riding your bumper the whole time. Like that's what it displays on the little visualization thing, which is funny. If you had like a Model X or a Cybertruck or even a Model Y, it probably wouldn't do that because they have dedicated towing features. But the advantage of not having tow mode is you can use autopilot while towing. Now, I personally wouldn't do that, but you could if you wanted. You could even probably use FSD. I don't know if it'd freak it out or not, though. But it'd be a fun experiment to try if I had FSD, which I don't. And even if I did have it, on Hardware 3 cars, it's not great, so I wouldn't even use it. So, next requirement for my next vehicle, though, is it has to have like an actual tow hitch that's not like jerry-rigged onto the car like this one. Like, it's not, this tow hitch is never going to fall off. It's welded to the chassis of the car and bolted to it. So it's not like it's flimsy, it's just not intended to be there. So, I mean, it's pulled 15,000 pounds, it's made it go and it's made it stop, and it didn't break off. Granted, it wasn't on the highway, but it at least can get down the road and back. So, it's not like it's a flimsy hitch or anything, just not designed to be there. Now it thinks there's a semi-truck behind me. That's funny. I think it's so close to the car that it can't, like right now when I'm not turning, it thinks it's a car, but when I am turning, it thinks it's a semi-truck. I guess it can't see because it's only using the backup camera for that thing. I also have, like, on this car, it's not a towing mode, it's just a driver profile that when I click it, it just moves the mirrors all the way out and then turns the parking assist beeps off because it's just really annoying to tow with them on because every time you back up, it beeps really loud because it thinks you're going to hit something, but it's attached to the car, so it doesn't really affect me. It is the things on the driver's side, so I'll fill it up on that side. The fuel cap for the tank. Okay. Hopefully this doesn't squat the car that badly. It doesn't squat the car by itself, which is a good thing. Like, just with the trailer and the tank on it. Like, it doesn't put... At least I didn't notice it drop at all, so... It's got that going for it. And it's not, like, bottoming out or anything right now. It might in a minute, but... is this an entrance? Yes, it was, but I can go at this second one, so we're fine. Ethanol-free gas. Which is ironic considering what car I'm in. Do I want to go? I guess I'll go for the middle pump, I guess. Just make sure I don't take out a... There we go. Pull up a bit more. That works. Okay, made it here with 43%. Well, the tank didn't move the second time, so that's good. The straps are still tight. At least I don't think it... No, it didn't. Okay, we're good. Okay, we're going. This is great. I don't know. How do I see the efficiency? Hold on, let me go back. Trips. 550 watt-hour per mile. That's actually not as bad as I was expecting. I was expecting it to be in the 600s, but it will be on the way home for sure. Projected range is 49 miles, I guess. I don't know if that actually means anything with this amount of weight on it. See, there's the camera view. Let me get the gas jugs out of the trunk. Leave my... Oh, yeah. Actually, no, I need these. Already at 135, so I gotta start another thing. Transaction. Just back up my thing before I forget to. No, smooth operator. I'm not driving a Cybertruck. I'm driving a Model 3, which is like the wrong vehicle for this. I wish. Let me see. Make sure these are not going anywhere. Once they're filled with stuff, I don't think they'll be flying around. Alright. Current drive 533 watt-hour per mile, which is... That means the range is right now about 105? I actually don't even know. Because that's like 1.8 miles per kilowatt hour times 58 probably is... Yeah, like 104-ish. Just guesstimating. Yeah. Okay. Oh, wait. Open this back up. Alright, give me that. Check the trailer lights and stuff. Maybe this isn't 100 gallons. I think it might be 80, actually. Okay, I can't actually tighten that anymore. Again? Let's only put 60 gallons in it. Try it again here. Maybe it's not 100. I thought it was 100. Turn this on. Alright, that's good right there. Let me set this down. Put this cap. And I gotta put fuel in these two, so I'm gonna do that. Gonna do that and then put this back for now. Yes. This one will probably only be a couple bucks to fill the rest of this up. $14.08. What? I wanted a receipt. No. Clear. Oh well, it's only $14, so that one doesn't have to be a tax write-off. The suspension's not fully maxed out. It's squatted a bit, but not terrible. Let me check these again. It's paranoid. Okay. All right, here we go. Camera, or actually tow mode, or not mode, but you know what I meant. sand sanitizer because those pump handles are usually gross. I said sand sanitizer, didn't I? Hand sanitizer. Let me move that back just a tiny bit. Save. All right, there we go. Let me open this. Turn the screen bright. I can't see it very well. There we go. Boom. All right, full on gas. I can feel the weight already. I'll be curious to see what I get when I get back. Like, as far as efficiency, currently at 43%, and it's 12 miles to get back. So we'll just see how, well, actually it's a little longer than 12 because I'm going a slightly different direction, but probably doesn't matter. Oh, I'm gonna wait for that guy. There's no one behind me. It doesn't hurt. Okay, now we can go. Oh, I can feel the weight. The car is definitely more squatted. Do I watch NASCAR racing? Occasionally. Not super regularly though, so I wouldn't say I'm like a NASCAR guy, but I do enjoy watching it, so it's definitely an interesting sport. Side note, some people don't consider like motor racing a sport, which is very odd because it obviously is. Or some people don't. I'm not saying most, but some questionable individuals do. Gas jugs look good. This is a little sketch, but it's probably not the worst if this stupid Silverado would turn their high beams off. So it was, I think, total probably 75 gallons of fuel. Someone in the that's watching this, do the math. What's 75 gallons of gas? What does that weigh? I mean, I think I can rough estimate it. We're probably at about if I had to guess, maybe 2,100 pounds. Yeah, I'm not saying I don't think it's a sport. I'm just saying some people don't think it's a sport. I definitely agree it's a sport. It takes a lot of physical effort to drive a car, especially for that long. Especially in like 24-hour races and stuff like that. Like, that takes a lot of effort. And of course there's no AC, like you mentioned. So, great point. And I agree with you. I'm not saying I don't believe it's a sport. I'm just saying some people don't. Which I think is frankly weird. But those are also the people that'll say chess is a sport. Or those are the people that won't say that chess is a sport, even though it kind of is. But there's also people that say stuff like marching band isn't a sport, where I feel like that's borderline between an art and a sport. But personally, because I do marching band, I believe it's a sport because it's competitive and you're using your brain and your body at the same time to do a task in a competitive way. Now, there's a difference between that and like competitive marching band like you have in Texas and even more like hobby stuff. That's different. But I don't know. If you ask me, basically every motorsport is an actual sport. I would say marching band's a sport. Chess, I mean, technically yes, but I don't view it as a sport, but it, by definition, it pretty much is. Anyway, that's besides the point. Let's go back to what I'm currently doing, which is driving through Maybank, Texas, which sucks because people drive like ass around here. They're driving really slow today, but honestly, that kind of benefits me because I don't have to worry about the weight as much as if I'm going slowlier. I'm doing good. What's today again? Are those birds? Huh, that's weird. Not saying there aren't birds in Texas. There's just not really... There wasn't anywhere I just was, like 5 minutes ago. Anyway, let me turn this on. Okay, that did nothing for lighting. Okay. I'm just trying to keep an eye on the fuel jugs. I'm not worried about the tank. I'm worried about the little 5-gallon jugs. Thank you. It's the 18th. Thank you for reminding me of that. So my birthday's in 3 days. Because it's the 21st. Not like it matters, but I just thought it was interesting. Because today's Thursday, and it would be Sunday? Thank you. I appreciate that. I'm trying not to look at the chat too much because I'm obviously driving, and that's illegal as far as I'm concerned. Although I'm not touching the phone, so is it? Is it illegal? Okay, he says no. So I'm gonna say it's not, so I'm fine. Oh shit, that's a Model Y. What the? Okay, can you hit the pedal? Like, I don't want to go Mach 20, but you're going 56 on the interstate, okay? In your frickin' Malibu. So, people around here either drive Mach 20 or 10 miles an hour under the speed limit at a minimum, and there's no happy medium. So, yeah. As long as you're not holding the phone and touching it, yeah. I definitely feel the weight on the suspension. I don't think we're bottomed out, but it's close. It's close. Oh, okay. Oh, no, okay, that was fine. That was just the hitch bouncing. Alright, bye. Okay, the screen is really bright. I gotta switch it to night mode. Display, auto. Thank you. Okay, now I can see. Side note, the cabin lights on the first generation Model 3 suck ass. Just putting that out there. Because, yeah, like, it's on right now, and you probably can't even tell. They're not very bright. Great, we got someone with their hazard lights on in the right lane. What's my efficiency looking like? 513 watt-hour per mile. Not too bad yet, but I just got on the highway, so we'll figure that out. Although, to be fair, that towing range test that I did was in a lot colder weather, which not only affects the battery heating, in turn making it less efficient because of that, but also the air is denser, so the aero impact is also greater, if you think about it that way. Left the gas station at 43, I think I said. Now I'm at 38, and I'm 5 miles away. So it seems to be about 1% per mile at this rate, which honestly, I can live with. I can live with that. Yeah, that's not too bad. I'm doing about 70 miles an hour, actually basically on the nose, doing 69. Nice. I am kind of holding up a line of traffic, but I'm not in the left lane, so that's not my problem. They can go around me. Okay, here we go. I can feel the weight on the car, but it's honestly, there's no trailer sway. It's very stable. It's just you can feel the weight of the trailer bucking a little bit when you go over bumps, and it wasn't doing that before, so it's just a little thing with the weight. But we've probably added at least a good 300 to 400 pounds of tongue weight at a minimum, and the car seems to be handling it fine. So I honestly think the most you could tow with this car is probably 4,000 pounds, and you'd be fine. Not saying that's a suggestion, because Tesla has a tow rating of 0 because it's not rated to tow anything. But I think you could get away with it up to about there. Now, past that point, you have to have, well, realistically, 2,000 pounds or more, you should have a trailer brake controller, which I actually do have, but I just don't have it plugged in because this trailer doesn't have trailer brakes anyway. But, okay, I gotta get around this guy. But keep that in mind, if you're towing over I think it's 2,500 pounds, you have to have a brake trailer. At least, I think so. Maybe it's 1,500. I don't know. It's one of those two. Maybe it has to do with just an empty trailer weight. I don't know. I don't tow often enough to be a wizard on all the freaking rules of towing. I do know that you're only supposed to have 10% tongue weight, which is definitely not what I have right now, but I couldn't have really changed the balance any. So it is what it is. Okay, that scared me. It's just the hitch bouncing. It does that because it's a unibody car, so you kind of notice the hitch bouncing a little bit. Overall, it's very comfortable though. Not loud, not jittery. It's actually more jittery with the empty trailer than with the loaded trailer, I think, because the weight dampens the vibrations. I mean, the efficiency's not too bad either. It's better than I was expecting. I was expecting empty maybe in the 600s and loaded in the 650 to 700 watt-hour per mile. We're only doing when I say only, we're doing better than I was expecting at 530 watt-hours per mile, which is acceptable, especially when you're towing. That's basically the efficiency a Cybertruck would get at the same speed on the highway just by itself. So put that into perspective. Maybe a little bit less efficient than that, but that's pretty close. I've made it back to Eustis, which is 8.5 miles from the gas station, but I still got 4 more miles to my house because it's on the other side of town, or it's actually not even in town. I should actually tow with this more often, because I have the van. I have a video on the channel about it, but I have a 2006 Chevy Express as my second vehicle, and I usually use that to tow. But honestly, this thing tows better for smaller loads, and it's way cheaper to operate, of course. Like, as far as efficiency goes, like, we're probably getting the equivalent of about 70 miles a gallon right now, which compared to the van, which only gets about 10, is a lot better. So, I mean, I've towed with this before, but it's honestly doing better than I was expecting, especially because this is the heaviest real, like, tow I've done, I think, with it, as far as I know. Because I doubt the lawnmower would have been heavier than 75 gallons of fuel. How much is gas per pound? I don't know. The fuel jugs look like they're still in their place, so that's good. Like the small ones. Have a is that a Lexus? It looks like a Lexus on my tail a little bit, but I'm not worried about it. I left my house, what did I say I left at? 58? We're projecting to get back at 30, and we did about 25 miles probably by the time we get there. But then again, the percentage isn't that accurate, so whatever. I do need to park this when we get there, so I'll have to finagle that around. But hey, it's working. park the trailer how it sits with the fuel jug still on it. I can come down and get it if I need it. Regen is really nice while towing. I guess I can start all the cars tomorrow because it would help all the meters. I could just park this because it's already dark out. I don't want to be fiddling around in the dark. It sucks. Hitch bouncing. It's kind of scary when it does that, but it's normal, so. 483 watt-hour per mile? How is it that efficient? That doesn't make any sense. Because when I drive this car normally, like on the highway, granted I'm driving a lot faster, but I usually about 390 to 4. How is it that towing only increased that by 80 watt-hours per mile? It doesn't make sense. Okay, I've returned back. So we left with okay. Perfect. Whoa, that's weird. Flip. So this is it after being back. The jugs didn't move and the tank didn't move. So that's cool. I don't know why it says I've only been live for 28 minutes. That's not right. I've been live for almost an hour, but that's weird. Oh well, not the end of the world. Gotta undo my hitch little safety McDingle thing so it'll unlock. There we go. Put it back in. Unplug the lights. This has faded noticeably in the sun. It's been on there for almost a year. It's kind of at an angle. Let me see if I can fix this a little. It won't like fly forward. There we go. It's a bit better. hard to turn. Okay, we're clear. And there we go. Drop that off. I guess I'll leave those straps in the trunk. It doesn't really matter. Those little motorcycle ones. There's your stats. 511 watt hour per mile, 25.4 miles, 13 kilowatt hour. Not too bad, to be honest. Definitely usable. Anyway, thanks to you guys for Earth. I'm going to end the stream.